Ryan Garcia wins a majority decision versus Devin Haney. Let's talk about it. But first, smash that like button, subscribe if you ain't already subscribed. Leave your thoughts in the comments section. And if you're ready to take your striking game to the next level and want to support this channel, head on over to thefocusballs.com. Let's talk about it. So, Ryan Garcia gets the nod versus Devin Haney. And while I believe that Ryan Garcia did win the fight, I don't agree that he won the boxing match. I personally believe that the boxing match was a draw, but the fight was a victory for Ryan. What I mean by that is a boxing match is scored with a very specific criteria. Just like a tennis match or a game of basketball is scored a certain way. There's a criteria for scoring boxing matches. The boxing match is scored on a 10-point must scoring system, meaning it is scored round by round. What you do in that round only affects that round, and you get a point based on what you've done for that round. 10 points for the winner and 9 or less for the loser. If you get dropped, it is an automatic 10-8 round, no matter if you were winning the round or not. Based on that, Devin Haney won 8 out of 12 rounds, with Ryan Garcia winning 4 rounds. However, there was one round that you could say maybe you can give it to Ryan. So let's just say that Ryan won 5 rounds and Devin won 7 rounds convincingly. The fact of the matter is, because Ryan dropped him 3 times, those are 10-8 rounds, and Devin Haney loses points. So it's the equivalent of Ryan Garcia winning 3 extra rounds. So if Ryan Garcia won 4 rounds and then we give him those 3 extra rounds because Ryan Garcia won 4 rounds, but 3 out of those 4 rounds are scored as 10-8 rounds. So it's the equivalent of those rounds being worth 2 points for Ryan or 1 less point for Devin, which essentially creates a 3-point difference. So if Ryan, as we can clearly say that Ryan won 4 rounds. Round number 1, round number 8, 11, and 12. No, it's 11, 8, and he dropped them what? 10, 10, 11. Yeah, it's 1, 10, 11, and 8. No, 1, 8, 10, and 11 was won by Ryan Garcia. And if you give him, because they're 10-8 rounds, you add those 3 points, 3 knockdowns, 3 10-8 rounds, it becomes 7 rounds, right? But watch this. Let's say we give Ryan 5 rounds, right? Let's say Ryan legitimately won 5 rounds. We can give him the first round because he definitely won that convincingly. He won the 8th round convincingly, but that's worth 2 points. He won the 11th round convincingly, and I think it was the 10th round. And those are all 2 points. So it comes out to 2, 4, 6, 7, 8 rounds. So that means that Ryan technically got 8, the points of 8 because of how good he did in those rounds. But Devin Haney, as aforementioned, I had him 8-4. But if you want to take away a round for him, then you make it 7-5. But then you put the points for Ryan for getting the knockdowns. Then it's 7 rounds for Devin Haney, 8 rounds for Ryan Garcia, right? Because of the 3 extra points. So it means Ryan Garcia would have won by 1 point, right? If you score it that way. However, Ryan Garcia had a point taken away for throwing a punch during the break. Now I understand that Devin Haney was hurt and he was holding on for dear life. And the ref was breaking it up and they were still holding each other. And Devin was stalling for extra time. So Ryan got mad and punched him in the break while the referee was in between them. I get that Devin Haney's holding longer, but the ref didn't stop him and take a point. Ryan threw a punch while the ref was holding Devin. That is illegal. You lose a point. That is your fault. You lost the point. Yes, he is holding on. But had you not thrown that punch and Devin still held on, then the ref can take a point. The ref would have given him a warning. And if he does it again, the ref can take a point. But you did something that was blatantly illegal. Blatantly illegal. So Ryan actually lost the point for that. And I think, see, boxing is such a disgustingly racist sport because did the referee said take a point off. I need to see the judges' scorecards. Ryan lost the point. It's like they didn't even factor that Ryan lost the point. Bro, Ryan lost every round of that fight except for round 1 and the round where he knocked Devin down. Every other round he lost. If you want to give him one of those rounds, maybe the 12th. Maybe. And that's debatable. Every round Ryan won was the round where he dropped Devin. He only dropped him 3 times. That means he only won 3 rounds plus the first round. That was the only round he didn't drop him. So he only won 4 rounds. It's just that what he did in those 4 rounds was more impactful, was visually more devastating, it was more damaging than what Devin Haney did over the 8 rounds that he won. But that's not how we score boxing, dog. This is boxing. This is boxing. Let's score it round by round. 1 round. It's already in the books. Round 1 is already in the books. When round 2 starts, round 1 has already been scored for Ryan. Ryan won. Round 2, Devin. Round 3, Devin. Round 4, Devin. If the fight ends right there, Devin wins by decision. Round 5, Devin. Round 6, Devin. If the fight stops right there, Devin wins by decision. Am I wrong? Round 7, Devin. If the fight stops there, Devin wins by a blowout decision. Am I wrong? No. Round 8, Ryan drops him and almost stops him, but doesn't. If the fight stops there, you mean to tell me Ryan won? Because he dropped him and almost stopped him, but got beat up for 6 rounds straight? No, you don't win for that. Next round, Devin. Next round. I think it was the next round Devin got dropped. No, next round. So Devin. So then next round, Ryan. So Ryan dropped him twice. That means, so if we ended it right then and there, does that mean Ryan won? No. If we ended the fight right then and no, he doesn't. Because you dropped him twice, but he beat you every other round, but won. If that's the case, then Wilder beat Fury the first time because Fury did not do that level. Literally, Fury did way less than Devin Haney did. The rounds that Devin Haney won, he won by a blowout. The rounds that Fury won were debatable, but they still said that Fury was robbed for getting a draw. Wilder was robbed because Wilder won. Some people say that Wilder versus Fury 2 was actually 3 knockdowns, but they didn't count one of the knockdowns. That Fury had touched the floor real quick and they just didn't count it as a knockdown. I don't remember that, but I do remember a lot of people saying that it was 3, not 2 knockdowns. I don't remember seeing a third, but they were like, the ref didn't call it a knockdown. But either way, Tyson Fury was unconscious on the floor with his eyes rolling. Devin Haney was never knocked out. A knockout is worse than a knockdown. So how did Tyson Fury win a fight where he did less work than Devin Haney and he went unconscious? Devin Haney never went unconscious. He got dropped 3 times. I honestly felt that should have been a draw. Because the rounds where Devin didn't get dropped, he was winning. And there were more rounds than that. Well, let me see. If we count it all, so let me see. First plus the 3 where you got dropped, so that's 6. That's 7 rounds. That's 7 rounds for Ryan. Well, we know 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 7, 9. It's 8 rounds for, yeah, no, 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 no. When we count it, when we do the actual math, Devin Haney won 8 rounds. Ryan Garcia won 4 rounds, but gets extra points because the rounds he won were 3 knockdowns, which gives him 3 extra points, which takes it to 7-8. So Devin Haney still wins by a point. But the optics of it is that Devin Haney's all battered up, and it looks bad because he had to cling to survive. Plus, he's not getting the benefit of the doubt on a Latin broadcast. Devin Haney is the bad guy, so he's not going to get the benefit of the doubt. Ryan is the babyface. So what ends up happening is, oh yeah, we have to count the fact that Ryan had a point taken off, bro. Even if you take away a round from Haney, give it to Ryan, and you say it's 7-8 Ryan. Ryan lost a point, meaning it's a draw, bro. It's a draw. Ryan may have had 3 knockdowns, which gave him 3 extra points, but he had a point taken off, and he lost every other round. So here's the thing, though. Like I said, the boxing match should have been a small win for Devin Haney or a draw. And that's just purely on numbers. That's nothing to do with color. That's nothing to do with favoritism. I have reasons to specifically not be the biggest Devin Haney fan. I have reasons to be upset with Devin Haney and to root against him. But that would be petty. That has nothing to do with this. Right? Now, check it. Let's get down into the intangibles of this fight. Oh, no. A few more things. So while I believe that Haney won the quote-unquote boxing match by a margin, Ryan Garcia won the fight. Because if you're in a fight, if someone just touches you with their finger, like pushes you, if someone could push you like 5 times, but you punch them in their face and drop them. That's what people are going to be talking about the next day at school. Like, oh, you remember when I punched you in your face and dropped you? Oh, remember, yeah, you got punched, he dropped your ass. Yeah, he dropped your ass like 3 times. Ryan Garcia won the fight. If this is a fight with no scorecards, Ryan won the fight. The fight. Because if you look at Devin Haney's face, Devin Haney, his eyes are swollen, his jaw looks broken. Yeah, Devin Haney looks beaten up. He got dropped a bunch of times. He was face down, ass up. So yeah, that's what it looks like. Ryan won the fight, but he didn't win the boxing match. It was a draw or a win for Haney. Now, here's the real thing. Haney didn't fight like he normally does, like he fought versus Linares. Actually, he kind of fought like he fought versus Linares. Haney normally is a outboxer who is jabbing you to death and really picking his positions, right? But when Haney fought Loma, he fought with a come forward style where he risked a lot of punishment on himself so that he can dish out a lot of punishment on Lomachenko so that he can put Lomachenko in a place where he can wail on his body and whatnot. He had to put himself in harm's way. So he didn't fight like his normal self. Haney is known for being super defensive and having cat-like reflexes and whatnot, and staying behind his jab. In the Jojo Diaz fight, it showed that clearly that Haney was really behind his jab and he's defense first. But Haney does have some bad habits. Sometimes he fights Philly Shell or he lets his lead hang. Devin Haney tends to let his lead hand hang out there and just kind of chill sometimes. Anytime you've ever seen Devin Haney hurt or hit with a brutal punch was someone coming over his left shoulder and hitting him on the left side of the cheek. Well, actually, this time he got hit on the right. This time he got hit on the right. This time he got hit on the right. But he definitely he oftentimes kind of leaves his left hand down, his lead hand down. But I've come to notice that that's him baiting you so that he can counter you, right? But with hands as fast as Ryan, it's a mistake. It's definitely a mistake, right? And also there's some when the fight started, Devin Haney jabbed and overreached. Devin Haney overreached, and that's how he got caught with that punch. He overreached, stuck his chin up. Yeah, yeah. See now, I gotta apologize to Tony's Reviews because Tony's Reviews is a channel on YouTube, and we were like ganging up on him, clowning him for being a Devin Haney hater, for picking Ryan, um, for picking Ryan, and he said Devin Haney struggles with taller dudes. He's not as good when he's fighting taller dudes, and that seemed to be a factor here, because in the first round, that's why Devin Haney got caught in the first round. He punched Ryan, but he reached. He actually he had to stretch in a little more to catch that punch on Ryan. And when he did, it caused him to lift his head up and reach up with his chin. And that's how he got caught. Right? So but that happens. That really is everybody. Everybody. If you're fighting somebody with who's shorter than you and they got less and their limbs aren't as long, you should be able to evade them and hit them easily. That's what you're supposed to do. Devin does that very well. But obviously, fighting a taller guy is going to take you some time to figure out your range. But in the second round, I noticed that Devin figured out his range. Devin was able to jab him, and as soon as he jabbed him, he rolled under. And then he jabbed him again, and then he slipped it. So he knew his range. He was able to do those jabs, and he was aware of the counter left hook that was coming. And he was able to slip out of the range and duck under it. So there were definitely technical mistakes that were made by Devin Haney. The laxing of his front hand, and also when I noticed that Devin Haney, I've seen fights where he gets punched around his guard. The way he holds his hands, I've seen him get chin checked by someone punching around his guard with a hook. I don't like the way a lot of boxers do that. The way they hold their hands when they put up their high guard, you can just punch around it and catch them. It's I don't like that way of blocking. Um, if I ever got to work with Devin Haney, the one thing I would really teach him is to cover his ear. Cover his ear. Because I worked with a group of African boxers and they taught me that. The hair comb. So Devin, he the way he puts up his high guard, it's like visors. Or like holding your hands up like you're holding a kaleidoscope or something. The ear and the mandible, is that what it's called? Like the jawline? The ear and that little jawline area is still exposed. But my guys taught me to put my hand right on the cheekbone so it covers a bit of the ear and that I'm pretty sure it's called the mandible. That jawbone area. But the forearm and the rest of my glove would cover up the nose and mouth area. And you can just shift it little by little. Shift it little by little. But Devin's stuff is right here, leaving a big opening. It comes right here. It's better because that's the most vulnerable area. You could take a punch right there. I mean, it does kind of wobble you too, but that ear, jawline, that should you get hit there, you're done. Now, so those are some things that Devin was doing wrong, and not jabbing enough. Devin's level of activity really bothered me. Devin also had the screen door open the entire time. Like, he definitely could have fought in a tighter shell, but he left openings for Ryan. He could have been concussed or still buzzed from the beginning of the fight, and he probably wasn't fighting like himself, you know, because he got caught early. But whatever the case, Ryan Garcia, the things that Ryan Garcia did well, um, Ryan Garcia got on his bike and he went on the outside a lot. Um, he conserved his energy well. His Philly shell, even though I criticized it, it wasn't that great, but he adapted it to his own liking, if you will. His lack of timing and reflex for the shoulder roll. Instead, he curled up and leaned over to hide his face. He exposed his kidneys and his body, but those are like you're not those are technically illegal shots. That's why the ref kept on warning Devin about that, because you're really not supposed to hit there. But at the same time, Ryan is turning his back and covering his face, so it's like you can't really hit him. And Ryan should have gotten a warning for turning his back. Really, you get a warning for timidity. You're not supposed to turn your back like that. That's why Devin didn't have those places to hit, because he's turning his back. But so Ryan, what else did Ryan do good? Uh, his jab looked decent. He threw a lot of left hooks. He did create some setups. He did create some setups. What Ryan did good was his flurries. He mixed up his flurries with uppercuts, hooks, and body shots. When he had Devin hurt, he was throwing some uppercuts because he saw how Devin was defending and he adjusted. He realized his straights and his hooks weren't working, so he adjusted and timed some uppercuts. Right? Now, I'm not giving Ryan no credit. You can give Ryan credit. I don't gotta do shit. I don't gotta give Ryan no credit. You guys can sit there and think what you want. You can call me a hater, whatever you want, bro. We ain't cut. If you look, the reason you can't comprehend the way I think is because we're not cut from the same cloth. Feel how you want to feel about that. Feel superior or inferior. We're just not the same. Not saying you're worse, not saying I'm better. We're just not the same. I've got, I've done things in my life that I don't know how I feel about these things. I guess some things I regret, some things I'm not too happy with. Some things I wish I could change. No one's perfect. Everyone makes mistakes. But some of these things, I did them on my word. So whether or not I'm happy with the outcome, I didn't turn on my word, bro. I fulfilled my word. And in that, I have no regret. What I'm trying to say is, I don't respect Ryan, bro. I don't respect none of it. I see people running around. Everything that Ryan Garcia has done is a mockery and a sham. It is a disgrace, bro. See, Ryan winning is almost poetic injustice. It is a testament to the nature of the sport, to the dirtiness and the criminality of boxing. It's almost fucking poetic that Ryan won. It would be justice if Devin Haney won. It would be too much like right for Devin Haney to win. Every fight has a narrative, and people always get caught up in the drama and the narrative of the fight, as do I. And that's why people buy. That's why you spend your money, because of the drama and the showmanship and the stakes that are raised from the promotion of the fight, right? And certainly Ryan did this. Well, here's what I'm trying to get at. Like, the entirety of the narrative of this story is a testament to the filth of the age that we live in. As I said, it would be justice for Haney to win in light of the narrative of how things have played out, because Haney is the disciplined one who was not out here doing foolishness, and Ryan is doing all these antics and whatnot. But at the end of the day, a boxing match comes down to skill. All of that stuff is irrelevant to it. But here's what I'm getting at, bro. Follow me carefully. Ryan Garcia was supposed to fight Devin Haney like 6 years ago. Ryan Garcia and the racist belt companies and sanctioning bodies, all the racist powers that be. Bro, see, you guys don't get it. This stuff is deeper than just boxing, bro. It's deeper than that. And if you guys can sit here and say, "Hey, man, I'm just in it for the punching and the entertainment," then go subscribe to somebody else's channel, because I'm gonna give you the reality. I'm gonna give you a new level of understanding that you might not be prepared for. Right? I don't want to talk about the superficial. I want to talk about the things that aren't being spoken about. I want to talk about how Devin Haney was the WBC champion. Devin Haney was supposed to fight for the WBC title, right? And they didn't want Devin Haney to fight for the title, even though he was the number one contender. So after Devin Haney said, "I would never let a white boy beat me," because he was trying to goat a white boy into fighting him, they decided, "We're canceling your fight, and we're going to make these two white boys fight each other, and we're not going to let you fight." That's called a freeze out. If you know anything about boxing, that's what they used to do to black people in the beginning of boxing, when they couldn't mess with them, because they knew the black guys were so good that none of them would be champions if they let the black guy fight. So they all got together and decided to fight each other and keep the black guy out. That was 30 years of the first century of boxing. When boxing became a legitimate sport, that was the first 30 years of boxing. That's why the colored title was created. Now watch this. Devin Haney, the WBC, created a colored title. The WBC, the same people. Devin Haney was supposed to fight for their belt, but after Devin Haney came out on 7/8 Sports TV and said, "I will never let a white boy beat me," the WBC canceled his fight and made two white boys fight each other instead of fighting him, freezing out Devin Haney. Then they signed a contract saying Devin Haney will fight the winner of this fight. The winner of the fight was Lomachenko. Lomachenko was supposed to fight Devin Haney. Mandatory. Instead, the WBC made up a new title called the WBC franchise title and gave it to Lomachenko. And Lomachenko gave up the WBC title and gave it to Devin Haney. So there was two WBC title, meaning Lomachenko didn't have to fight Devin Haney and could still be a champion. So there's two titles, one for the black guy, one for the white guy. Yeah. So that they could keep the black guy from fighting all of them. And at the same time, they can disrespect the black guy by saying he's boring. And then they say, who's he fought? He hasn't beaten anybody. But then by creating two belts, you've ensured that no one ever has to fight him. So then Tio, who was supposed to fight Devin Haney for the WBC title to be undisputed, fought Lomachenko. Lomachenko did not honor his agreement in the contract and fought Teofimo Lopez, and they called it undisputed, freezing out Devin Haney and pretended that his WBC title wasn't a real title. And they called him the email champ and said, your title's not real. So this fight between Lomachenko and Teofimo Lopez is for undisputed, even though Devin Haney has the other half of undisputed. They froze him out. They fought each other. Then they fought. He loses to Tio, and Tio, who's supposed to fight Devin Haney for the real belt, goes on and gets another belt from the WBC. Has two WBC belts, and Devin has one. So there's three WBC belts. One for the nigger, and one for the not darkies. And the whites fought each other. He went on and fought George Kambosos, who came out of nowhere. He fights George Kambosos, loses to Bozo, and Bozo has all the titles. And Bozo pretty much was trying to fight in Australia for a big money fight and couldn't get the money fighting anybody else, and Lomachenko was out at war. They were trying to fight Lomachenko. So God lined things up for Devin Haney to get a fight. And this entire time, Devin Haney was mandated to fight Ryan Garcia because Ryan Garcia was running around with a WBC interim title. So there's like 4 WBC titles running around. One for the black guy, one for Ryan. So if Ryan has a WBC title, why does he need to fight Devin Haney? If Tio has a two WBC title, why do they need to fight Haney? Exactly. And who runs the WBC? A Latino. Who's Teofimo Lopez? Okay, a Latin man. And who is Ryan Garcia? A Latin man. You see how they conspired to keep their own as champions and never fight this guy. You can't tell me that the powers that be are not racist and are not rigging the system so their guy can be champion. That is the backdrop we're coming from, dog. That is the backdrop that the fight is taking place in. Stupid. Just because Harvey Dock is black, who pays him? Who pays him? Because Golden Boy was a part of this promotion, right? The Zone. You ever seen The Zone? You ever seen who works for The Zone? You ever seen the commentators? Have you seen the audience? They're there to see a nigga lose. They hate that nigga and they want him to lose. You don't think that plays into the judging? You don't think any of that plays into it? Did Devin Haney get beat up tonight? Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He got beat up in the fight. He lost the fight. And does any of that have anything to do with it? If what just took place in the ring? Yeah, pussy, it does. You think they wouldn't let Ryan cheat him? Hold on. So, hold on. The WBC, pretty much by giving Ryan an interim title when Devin wasn't even injured, he was ready to fight. He showed up at the fight. He's like, bro, I could have fought you. They let Ryan be a champion without Devin. I've already shown you that they've conspired against Devin to prevent him from holding their belt. And this fight was for a WBC belt. If I'm not mistaken. But check this. Ryan Garcia cheated, bro. Ryan Garcia cheated. First and foremost, I'm not giving Ryan Garcia no credit. You want to give Ryan Garcia credit because you respect fuck shit. I don't. If you respect fuck shit and you want to give credit to fuck shit, you do that on your channel. Anybody that wants to give Ryan Garcia credit, you do that. Just understand, I don't respect fuck shit. So when I see you giving him credit, I know that you are either ignorant of the situation or you are biased for your guy, that you don't care that he's a fuckboy and you support this. Or you're the type of dude who's trying to appease somebody. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. You can call me a hater. Fuck Ryan. Fuck Golden Boy. Fuck all those haters. How about that? How about fuck all the people that hate my people, that conspire against my people? How about that? No, sir. Not I. So let me get into the nitty gritty of it. Ryan Garcia, in my opinion, based on the evidence that I can see, more than likely fought with skin gloves. Yeah, I made you wait 34 minutes for that one. Yeah, I believe Ryan Garcia fought with skin gloves. Why do I believe Ryan Garcia fought with skin glove? Because I'm watching the fight, and Ryan Garcia has always had power. Devin Haney has always had a suspect chin. Not in the way that he's like going to sleep, but like he might get hit and then his legs get wobbly, right? So that's not really unusual. And Devin Haney didn't fight a perfect fight. But I'm looking at their gloves as they're fighting. And I noticed that Ryan has more tape. If you look at the tape on the wrists, Devin Haney's tape looks shorter than Ryan. Ryan's tape looks longer. And then I remembered, where did I learn that? I remember I learned from Joe Goosen when they caught Gabriel Maestro in the ring and his tape was like that. They made him change it in the ring. The ref took him to the corner and they brought the commission. And the commission was like, oh, they skinned the glove? And the ref was like, no, they just taped it too high and there's a lace under it. And Joe Goosen goes, listen, bro. When the tape is that high, that's a skin job, bro. That Joe Goosen says, in my experience, I can't say that I've done it. But when you see the tape like that, that's a skin job. So a skin job, I can't explain it too well. Joe Goosen does a better job, but he says that when you tie the laces on the glove, if you pull them up a certain way and pull the glove back, it'll show the two front knuckles a little harder. They'll be more pronounced. And you draw it back, and the way you tape up the lace, it'll be higher up on the glove. So when you tie up the laces, it's higher up on the glove or something, and you tuck them into the groove, and then you tape up that part to hide the lace. It's not about taking padding out the glove. It's how you put the glove on. And my brother Nakmizi had pointed out something. He said that it's not illegal. Skinning the glove is fucking illegal, bro. Yeah, it is. It's legal, dog. If it wasn't illegal, they wouldn't have made them change it. Maestro had to change it. And the commission came over and was like, oh, they skinned the glove, huh? Like, oh, we caught him? It's illegal. It's just, it's done so slick that most people don't catch it. The ref didn't even know what that was. So when the commission was like, oh, they skinned the glove, the ref was like, oh, no, they didn't skin it. The ref said no, even though he's describing a skin job. Ryan Garcia pulled off a skin job. Here's why I know Ryan Garcia pulled off a skin job. Because I learned about skinning a glove from Joe Goosen. Joe Goosen was Ryan's fucking trainer. Joe Goosen trained Ryan. So Ryan, in my opinion, because I wasn't there, I can't prove it definitively. I can prove that. Oh yeah. If you look at Devin Haney's face, look at the knots on Devin Haney's face and look at his cheek. Then go back to the Adrian Broner versus Marcos Maidana fight. Same type of injuries. Adrian Broner has never looked like that again or before. But when you investigate that fight, Marcos Maidana used skin gloves in that fight. He tried to use it on Mayweather, and Mayweather was like, fuck no, I'll pay you $1 million not to use these gloves. Because the gloves didn't technically violate the rules. They met the weight requirement. It was just that the padding was distributed from the knuckles so you can show more knuckles. Anytime you're wearing gloves and you hit dudes with your knuckles, that's the type of damage that is done to the face. Errol Spence, Spence versus Crawford, Maidana versus Broner, Cotto versus Margarito, and Resto versus Collins. And now Haney versus and Wilder versus Fury. That's how they took him down. They took all of them down. Bro, listen. Oh, snap. Hey, baby.
Get ready to take your striking game to the next level with the Focus Ball. Dramatically improved footwork, timing, head movement, hand-eye coordination, reflex, and overall fight IQ. It's lightweight and extremely portable, so you can train every time, everywhere. When you don't have a coach to do mitt work, get a Focus Ball. When you don't have a heavy bag to hit, get a Focus Ball. When you don't have a sparring partner, get yourself a Focus Ball. And when you just want to have fun punching and kicking, get a Focus Ball. When you train with the focus ball, you train your eyes and your brain to read punches so that you can hit and not get hit, making this very simple device a must-have for all combat sports athletes and enthusiasts alike. So if you want to take your striking game to the next level, don't wait. Get the focus ball now.